This one was quite a lot of fun to film. I mean, they're all the fight scenes are fun to film, but it's just they've started to get a bit more in them now. It's telling a story with the fights. It's not just like sword, sword, die, sword, sword, die. It's kind of whose voice is that? Screaming as he fell out the tree because it wasn't his, was it? That was ADR.
What, the spell?
The guy falling out the tree.
Oh, right.
It was you.
That was the man they get in when somebody's falling out of a tree.
Yeah. Adrian Bell, go climb on the tree, fall out of it, record yourself.
What was the point of that fight? I didn't quite understand.
It was to sort of show the danger of where we are.
Okay.
We're in Senred's kingdom now.
Oh, okay.
I think. And why you didn't want us to go. I mean, obviously there's an undertone as to why you don't want us to go.
I don't want you to go because I don't want you to
find out the truth.
Hobnob with more goes.
Well, because she'll tell us the truth.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Whereas you're using that as an excuse.
It depends what view of truth you have.
Right. The truthful truth?
Oh, the truthful truth.
Yeah, but that is... Oh, no, were we in Odin's kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
We were in Odin's...
entering into his territory sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few... It'd be interesting if they expand on Odin and his kingdom. There's Senred's kingdom, which we've had a few...
Well,
Odin... tussle with.
Odin appeared in episode 2.
Yeah. He's got a bbrilliant voice.
Oh, he's great, yeah. It was
Brilliant voice.
He sent
Finton.
he sent the assassin out, didn't he? Yeah.
Finton with the I want you to kill.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we should have some more of him. He's dark.
Yeah,
he's good.
evil.
He sent,
I think everyone's more or less
sent
wanted him
Adrian Lestrade, who was the most inept assassin, I think, on the planet. Very good at killing guards.
This scene we did in the space of about 10 minutes at the end of the day, and I actually in one take, and both cameras kind of
it's cross shot
on both at the same time, and I actually really like it.
It's lovely.
Because normally when you do a scene and it's rushed and you kind of go away going, oh, I wish I could have done this, that, the other. But I was quite happy with this afterwards because I thought, well, that could have been a disaster.
Well, it's a good moment for the characters, isn't it? Because it's one of the first times that you connect on a level that we both have a missing parent, which we've never really clocked before. And this is our first time kind of going, huh.
Well, this series has kind of been with Arthur and Merlin have kind of had a few more of those conversations that kind of you have with like your best mate every now and then, where it's banter 95%, 99% of the time, and then every now and then you'll sit down and something's actually worth talking about.
I was just thinking this scene, the whole thing about the backstory and actually explaining more of the backstory of
that is
our concept of the tale, with Morgause actually being smuggled out of the city and all that, and Gaius being much more implicated than he'd like to admit.
Well, it all paints such a kind of dark picture of Gaius. I mean, there's, he seems to be involved in all the
finger in many pies.
Yes,
of the old religion. You should have told me, guys.
And of course, he used to dabble in the dark arts himself.
Yes.
There's for the final episode as well, I kind of forgot about, but he also helped in getting my father out and all that as well, and harbouring him. So he's involved in everything.
Yeah, he's basically been messing up all of Uther's plans of this, that, and the other.
Magic will be powerful. Then we must hope the search party finds out.
That is, of course, assuming that your father was not around. or is around, or whatever. Yeah. So how was that shot? Because
this
was the best. It was one of the best days we had.
This is such a good. I mean,
so much fun.
This kind of took half a day, I guess. It was we're in France, we're in a lake. My horse is probably just about to sit down in that lake. This is such a good day. Like
everyone had an amazing, because it was lovely. The caterers came along. They'd we brought all the food along. We just sat by the lake and had food. We were going in and out of the lakes on horses.
But all that CGI, all that the waterfall. Now I remember. How did you? Is that CGI or
the water CGI? Yeah.
Because I remember them doing plans of how they, this little valley that they were going to have a shower curtain, but
just before
that's the castle at the beginning, by the way. Do you remember filming it now? The mountains in the background are CGI, but
where's
part of the castle CGI? I think. Yeah,
it's an amazing castle. Where is it?
I can't remember. Yeah, it must be.
But before I came through the with the CGI water in the background, I had a bucket of water, and then just as we were about to go for a take, I just emptied it over my head, threw it, and then they would just go.
You see, that's the kind of dedicated actor you are, Colin.
That
drench myself.
Castle might actually be in Gloucestershire, because isn't it somewhere very close to Gareth?
Yes,
where Gareth lives, and he lives in Gloucestershire.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. And this axe I just started kind of playing around with, basically, and when I put it back in the block, I swung it back in the block, and Amelia came over to pick it up, and she's supposed to look all cool and kind of powerful there, and she kept.
You kept your promise.
You kept your. Place your head on the. Hang on a minute. Let me get the axe of it. But in the cut, it looks nice and smooth.
What's the nature of the challenge you wish to set me?
Place your head on the block.
There you go. Let's do a take where we just lightly place this axe on the top.
The editor, they have to cut out the. So subtle.
The 5 minutes of putting a foot on it and trying to,
yank it out.
What are you doing?
So to speak.
And there's lots of people while we're filming this. There's it's like we're in a pit, and there was loads of people up above. Around just watching us film this. It was a little bit bizarre.
So you'd be doing the take and only clear these little snaps or the odd flash, and you'd be like,
I quite like the idea of this scene. Kind of. Just the idea of.
You're truly a man of your word, Pendragon.
The trust he's having to put in her.
Yes.
And
Tell me what it is.
Very
the
trusting.
test. Him actually testing. Her actually testing him. I tripped up at that bit.
Perhaps you would like to see it.
I want that more than anything.
I walked over to it and then tripped up and basically landed on her for one of those takes. And Metin went, I don't think I'd use that. Metin Hussein directed this episode, by the way, folks. And it was absolutely brilliant.
he's great.
Thoroughly enjoyed working with him. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he? He's great with you for sort of mapping through your journey and just not taking your first version of something either.
Yeah.
You try it, and then he'll write some notes, come to you and go, try it this way, and you go, oh, brilliant. Just properly working through it. It was really nice.
Like really kind of like a director who sort of understands the actors in terms of kind of the
and he'll take what you have to offer,
do.
and then he'll say, "What about?" It's lovely. It's really. He just stretches it without it feeling like you're being pushed.
Yeah. And I think you really notice it in people's performances, and especially in these 3 episodes, where you sort of see that you're getting the chance to try it in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Well, there's scenes that kind of of sort of challenging nature in the episodes that he directed, and I felt very grateful that he was there for some of the stuff I did. I'm sure like that brilliant stuff you do in Ep 9.
Yeah, if you get a chance to spend some time over it and do get it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So thank you, Metin.
Yes, thank you, Metin. And the fact that with that scene that you were talking about at the end of the day, and the fact that he wouldn't have moved on if he hadn't have got what he needed.
Yeah.